Hey cats, how you doing? Look at this crazy shirt somebody sent me. This is crazy. Look at that. No name on it. I have no idea who sent it. Isn't that crazy? How you guys doing out there? It's little Tommy coming at you with Homeskoolin number 63. Man, it's been a while. I know I've been a little AWOL, but hope the family's holding together well. Been pretty busy lately. I've been doing a bunch of sessions and stuff, and I got the old bird out of my cartage for you. Remember this one from the rig rundown? The Cardinal or Ember Red 65, I think it is, with the crazy headstock. This is a cool guitar. 2 P90s and the crazy vibrola. It comes in that original case that's got the picnic basket lining. Another one of Gibson's fine innovations in the 60s. All right, so there you go. Yeah, all is well. Hope you guys are good. I got my Guitar House mug here. Check it out. Right? And I got this crazy pick I wanted to show you. This guy, it's called Black Mountain Picks. He made these, it's a thumb pick, but it's got a spring on it, right? That opens up. You can see that open. So you put it on and it adjusts to the perfect tension. Black Mountain Picks, check these out. I don't even know this guy, but I saw these and I thought they were cool. I can't personally use it because I mean, I like thumb picks once in a while, but I always do that hybrid picking thing. So I have to be, stowing the pick away like I showed you. But if anybody out there uses thumb picks, these are cool. Check these out, Black Mountain Picks. Uncle Larry approved. Here, I got some stuff in the old viewer comment bin for you. One guy said, "Hey Tom, I went down a Joe Walsh rabbit hole last night and I watched some videos from 2017 on his website. Many of them depict you guys coming on stage. I noticed you always looked at your board to check your tuning first thing. Do you have a ritual or protocol you go through when you come on stage? I'm sure you've worked with great crews on the road, but have you ever had any memorable gear failures?" Oh, Lord, yes, I definitely have. I think anybody who's been doing this as long as I have, gig horse, any gig warrior out there like me, man, has been through tons of stuff. I mean, you cannot ever count on your gear. It will screw you when you need it the most every time. That's why I like being a session player, because you can go back and redo everything. When something blows up in the studio, it's usually a laughing matter. It's no laughing matter on a gig if something blows up. I get a little actually paranoid sort of anxiety on live gigs because of that reason. I'm always checking everything to make sure it's gonna work, because there's nothing worse than that feeling of standing up on stage with a guitar in your hands. It's not working. It's terrible. But yeah, I've had that happen on TV shows. I've had all kinds of stuff happen. But yeah, and also with the tuning, I don't trust anybody in the world. I don't care how good the tech is. Sorry, Eddie, to tune my guitars. Nobody can tune a guitar for you personally the way you can. These guys get it real close, but I'm always checking it, fine tune it before you start playing, because I'm a tuning freak to begin with. I'm always checking my tuning in the studio, like during a song. If I'm not playing for a couple of bars, I'm checking that tuning, and I'm always doing that. But I think that's just what happens after years of having, really emotional guitar takes ruined by tuning. You get lucky once in a while and you play something really cool and you have a really inspired take, but then when you listen back to it, it's a little bit out of tune and you can't use it. Oh, that's a bad feeling. But that's happened to your Uncle Larry a time or two. Here's another one. A guy said, this guy's name is Martin Cote. He said, are you the stinking POS that made a copyright claim against Blue Collar Logic? What a effing douchebag. Except he didn't say effing. Martin, my friend, you don't know the whole story. You don't know what happened. Remember that cop show music thing I did? The porn music on that episode, a couple episodes ago? The guy from Blue Collar Logic just stole that and put it on the front of his video without even asking me. We have since worked it out. He's taken care of me a little bit for that, and I appreciate it. So I removed the copyright strike. But just to prove a point, I can't let somebody just steal my stuff. And I mean, come on, I'm from Cleveland. If he would have asked me, I probably would have let him use it for free. But man, you can't just go doing stuff like that with people. Last I checked, you have to ask somebody before you take their music and use it for something. But yeah, it's cool. It's all good. I think he was just trying to help me out. We got a little sideways there, but it's all good. I've had a few other hate mails about that too, but you got to know the whole story, kids. Here's another one. A guy said, hey, Tom, did it raise any eyebrows when you showed up on sessions in Nashville with humbuckers? Well, by the time I started doing sessions in the late 90s and stuff, there was already a lot of people doing that type of stuff. Nowadays, when you look around on sessions, you see everybody's got Les Pauls, 335s. But, I suppose there was a reason decades ago in the Brent Mason era when everybody thought this was like a telly town, And of course, there's still a lot of telly twanging going on in this town. But I was going to tell you, I've always heard stories about this sort of dark ages of tone that happened in Nashville way before my time. From, some of the older guys have told me there was a guy named Jimmy Bowen who kind of took over Nashville in the late 70s, and he ruled Nashville through the 80s, and I think he finally split like in the late 80s, but he was a producer and he made, pretty much every record that came out of this town had to be through him. This is what I've been told. If you fact check me, I may not have all this right, but this is what I've been told. Apparently he wasn't keen at all on people using amps, so he made all the guitar players go direct, and you can hear it on some of those records, early 80s, all through the 80s, that sort of, thin, direct tone is on a lot of those records. And I know those guys were probably dying to use amps, but he wouldn't let them. He also made everybody play electronic drums, and man, I'll bet you as soon as he left, those guys were like, go get those Marshalls, right? Because you can't do that. There's still, I know I'm old and everything, but there's just nothing better than a good guitar plugged into a good amp. There's no substitute for it. It's never going to change. And there was also the rack days that happened in Nashville too, sort of a fallout from the LA rack days. And rack tone, was popular for a while. Little Tommy never got into any of that though. He never did that. Had I been around a bit earlier, I probably would have had to. I would have been forced to do it, because of that Jimmy Bowen guy. But, timing is everything, kids. All right, so here's a couple licks for you. Rock and roll licks. I've had people complaining that the music on my videos is too tame lately. Too chill, so I'll rock it up a little for you today. So here's some rock and roll licks you can use. So like, I might have showed you guys this one a while back, but I'm gonna bring it back for you. Round 2, because it's a good lick. Say you're in the key of A, and you play your high A up on the 17th fret of the high E string, and then you play a C sharp with your index finger on the 14th fret, and then you take your ring finger and you play a C, and you bend that half step to match. Another thing I was going to tell you too. Remember the speed picking video I did a long time ago? The controversial speed, because anytime he's talking about speed picking, you get tons of hate mail. Dude, slow that down. It's not soulful. But I was going to show you. I've talked a little bit about this. I play with the shoulder of the pick, right? And I do that thing where I try to keep my arm as loose as possible, right? And don't get, and it's more like this motion, like that where I'm like rotating the wrist, you know? And I could do that all day long without getting worn out, because it's super loose, right? And I've been showing that to a lot of different people, and I was on a session a couple days ago with my buddy Chris Donegan, who's an amazing guitar player, and he's been working on that technique. And he pointed out something that I forgot to show you guys, and which is why I'm bringing all this up, okay? I didn't realize that I don't know how to show this on the camera, but I'm not, look at how I'm bending my thumb down. See, I got the shoulder of the pick, I'm bending my thumb pretty good angle down when I'm doing that stuff. And I'm sort of knifing into the strings. The pick is not hitting the strings flat across. It's sort of knifing down because my thumb is bent a little bit, right? You see that? So I figured I'd point that out because I may have forgot to mention that the thumb angle thing I think is kind of important, right? So that could help if anybody's been struggling with the flat pick, because it's a little harder to flat pick against strings and like that. And I use that rounded edge when I'm doing that kind of fast stuff, because it just makes it easier to play fast. You know, you can still do it with the point, but it slows you down. So there you go. That should be enough to get you through for a minute. Hope you guys are great, really good out there, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks again for all the continuing sweet comments, PayPal donations. Really means a lot. You guys are awesome. I'll see you soon, okay? Bye.